Our city knows the sweet taste of victory. From the Stanley Cup to a Division I title win.
That still doesn't feel real.
A triumph isn't an end.
Now, new stories are being written, and Fox 5 and the Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network is following every team on ice. With our UNLV Skating Rebel national champions.
It's great for the city, it's great for hockey.
How will they defend their title?
Let's bring it home!
And the Henderson Silver Knights, skating with something to prove while building tomorrow's legends.
It's great to be able to teach and grow off a win.
Plus, how our youth teams are teaching kids to fly on ice. And what's in store for the new faces of the VGK, including their monsters in the north.
The Golden Knights are beefing up their minor leagues with the Night Monsters. These teams, our teams.
Where their victories become our victories. Building the future of hockey, one player at a time.
Vegas wanted hockey, Vegas got hockey.
Covering every team on the ice, this is Hockey in the Desert Weekly.
Welcome inside another edition of Hockey in the Desert Weekly. I'm your host, Vince Sapienza. Let's fire home a snapshot of what is in store over the next 30 minutes. We're going to take a look at all the action from the week that was, which included the NHL debut of Braedon Bowman and the Silver Knights debut of Carter Hart. We'll also get to know VGK defenseman Jeremy Lauzon. Plus, I go one-on-one with Skating Rebels forward Mason Kelly. Well, it's been tough sledding for the Golden Knights in recent days, but it's been a special week for one particular night. After scoring 7 goals and putting up 12 points in 12 games for Henderson this season, Braedon Bowman earned his first call-up on Wednesday, making his NHL debut on Thursday.
Braedon Bowman, 22-year-old, takes the solo lap that lets everyone know this is his first NHL game.
Yeah, it was awesome, crazy. It's a dream come true. It's a pretty surreal feeling just looking out there and knowing it's your first game, so it was awesome.
It was a dream realized for 22-year-old Braedon Bowman. Less than a year after signing his first professional contract, he was taking the ice at T-Mobile Arena, enjoying the time-old tradition that is the rookie solo lap.
Honestly, just during the national anthem, we kind of got the nerves, and right when the puck drops, everything kind of goes away, and you kind of just focus on the ice, the crowd goes away, everything just, you're focused on the guys on the bench.
It was his first time in a VGK sweater, but Bowman didn't look out of place. He played just under 17 minutes and fired 4 shots on goal, skating on the second line with Tomas Hertl and Pavel Dorofeyev.
The puck picked up by Braedon Bowman. He'll move it to Pavel Dorofeyev.
That's a little bit of confidence. You always kind of believe in yourself and know you can, but until it happens, you never really know. So honestly, they make it pretty easy. So stepping in there, they were awesome on the ice and off the ice in the room as well.
Good on the walls. He got pucks into the middle, composure. Yeah, there's a lot to like. You know, good for him. Like, you know, he's waited his turn, not a long time, but he's been good down in Henderson. It sends a good message to those guys that, hey, we're going to use some guys down there if they're going well, and there's more than one going well. So hopefully it motivates those guys down there, and Bo keeps going. It's a tough league to play in. It's 82 times a year, and then it gets harder in April and May. But let's take it one game at a time, and I liked what he did for us tonight. He helped us. He helped us try to win a hockey game. Did his job.
A while ago, it's Bowman putting it down low. Save made Sorokin.
Bowman's biggest impact came on the man advantage, where he earned more than 5 minutes of power play time. He says he tries to model his game after Mark Stone, and ironically, was used in the same role as the Golden Knights captain. Positioned on the goal line, Bowman showed his willingness to attack the net, something that's been missing since Stone's injury.
Bowman jamming it on net.
For him, it's going to be tough to thread the needle through there, so I was glad he took it to the net. At least that part of it he was willing to do and did. It's tougher to make those plays. I think he made one into Hertl, so the more he plays in there, the more comfortable he'll be.
Jack did a really good job of bringing guys to him like he does always. Honestly, it's just my job to kind of read the play. If there's a lane to take it there, take it, and if not, try to make a play. So a couple of times I could have taken it, wish I could have finished one off, but probably some good momentum.
With his parents and girlfriend in the stands, Bowman built plenty of momentum for himself. And he's already looking ahead, though he says this game will be one he remembers for a lifetime.
Just kind of the entire experience, the rookie lap, being able to play with world-class players like Hertl and Dorofeyev, being on the ice with Eichel, it's pretty surreal and hasn't really sunk in yet, but I think that's what I'm going to remember most.
Eichel zips it across Dorofeyev, the Bowman, and he scores! Braedon Bowman on the power play. It's his first NHL
Talk about making the most of your opportunity. Welcome to the National, Braedon Bowman. It took less than 4 periods of NHL action to get his first, once again showing the difference he can make on the power play. That would prove to be the game winner as well, as the Knights snapped a 4-game losing streak with a 4-1 victory. And here's one more time from Braedon Bowman.
It's crazy. It's really a dream come true, and the guys have been awesome, just supporting me the whole way, and super proud to get that moment tonight. It means a lot. It means a lot of hard work and dedication put to that, but it's just one, so hopefully we can build from there.
Now less than 24 hours later, we saw less smiles in St. Paul. The Golden Knights picked up a point in Minnesota, though lost their 3rd straight overtime outing, falling to the Wild 3-2.
You know, it's great to see no quit, especially on a back-to-back. I know they're on one too, but it's a hard building to play in. It's a hard team to play against. So, yeah, you know, I thought we did get good looks in 5-on-5. We just didn't capitalize on them. I thought the power play, when we had our looks, we did capitalize on it. Good puck movement, a lot of talk, good break-in. So, a lot of things that we can take and, you know, look forward to and just keep building on.
Now, for the first time in 2 weeks, the Golden Knights did pick up a win on home ice, beating the New York Rangers 3-2. The game-winning goal was scored by Shea Theodore, which seemed more than fitting, considering it was also Hockey Fights Cancer Night at the Fortress. Theodore, a cancer survivor himself, started K's Power Play, which is a fund named after his grandmother, which supports breast cancer awareness here in Southern Nevada.
I think of you know, my grandmother kind of before every game, so you know, tonight was definitely a special one.
When we talk about the Golden Knights offseason acquisitions, all the attention, headlines, and discussion go to Mitch Marner, and rightfully so. He has the accolades, the offense, the creativity, the sizzle, if you will. But there was another summer trade that added some stake to the lineup. Jeremy Lauzon may not pile up the points on the stat sheet, but he earns plenty of points in the locker room for how he plays and protects his teammates.
Whitecloud working towards Hutton. Trying to finish the hit on Whitecloud. Whitecloud a little shaken up. Lauzon's going to drop the gloves after Klapker's hit on Whitecloud.
I think it's just naturally for me, which I'm a player that plays physical, right? There's my check, plays hard, and I kind of enjoy it too. Like, obviously there's a part of me that enjoys scrapping, which I'm not looking to fight every night, right? But every single time, if it's for defending one of my teammates, I'll never back down.
Just 6 games in as a Golden Knight, Jeremy Lauzon became an instant fan favorite, not only to the Medieval Maniacs, but his teammates as well.
Lauzon dropping the gloves for Vegas.
I was more pissed off that I didn't get to see the scrap than that I was, you know, still dealing with a few things, and I think I was more pissed that I didn't see it than taking the hit, to be honest with you. You know, we're a family in here, and that's kind of the culture we have here is you know, help out those that, you know, are in tough spots. And obviously when you see a guy that, you know, kind of gets taken advantage of a little bit, you like to step in there and help out as much as you can. And obviously Lauz is one of those guys, you know, just love him for that.
The 28-year-old is in the midst of his 9th NHL season, and while he may be new to Vegas, he's a known commodity to Bruce Cassidy, who had him in Boston when he first broke into the league. During the 2023-24 season with Nashville, Lauzon racked up 383 hits, which was then a new NHL record. It's a skill he brought to Vegas, leading the team in that category 15 games in.
We've got to fight. Lauzon can throw. He can really throw.
Well, it's not lost art. McNabb is really good at it too. There's a bunch of players in the league. You need to, you know, if you play against him, you need to have your head up, and I think I'm one of those players.
Lauzon is one of the friendliest guys you'll find in the locker room, but on the ice, it's that intimidation factor that sets him apart from the rest.
Didn't get much going as Lauzon able to push DeBrango down to the ice.
He knows I'm going to finish him, so it creates space for me, creates space for my teammates, and I think it's a part of the game that I enjoy, and I need to keep bringing every night.
Now, despite all the ice, we're just getting warmed up here on Hockey in the Desert Weekly. When we return, we're heading to Henderson and looking back at Carter Hart's Silver Knight debut.
You're watching Hockey in the Desert Weekly.
Welcome back inside Hockey in the Desert Weekly. The Silver Knights snapped their 4-game losing streak over the weekend, but the story from Lee's Family Forum was less about who won and more about who played. Carter Hart made his return to professional hockey on Sunday, starting for Henderson. It was his first game in 22 months, and he finished the night with 12 saves on 14 shots and a 5-2 victory. The 27-year-old, who was charged with sexual assault stemming from an alleged incident in 2018, he was acquitted over the charges this past summer, but is still under suspension from the NHL until December 1st. This weekend was the Golden Knights' first opportunity to loan him to AHL Henderson for a conditioning assignment.
I thought Carter played a good game. Team in front of him played good. So yeah, that's important. That was just important for our overall team. That's how we want to build our game here, no matter who's in them.
Now also returning to action was Trevor Connelly, who made his season debut for Henderson over the weekend. The former Golden Knights first-round pick was injured this past summer, but in his first game Saturday, he assisted on HSK's first goal. And then the next night, he scored his first of the season, totaling 3 points in 2 games over the weekend, playing on the top line.
Well, Trevor had a good weekend. For his return, I think, he's missed since July. He missed rookie camp, he missed VGK camp, he missed HSK camp, and we're now in game 14 for us. He's playing catch-up. The league gets quicker, doesn't matter what league you're in, and I thought Trevor's done a really good job with his return, being ready. He's done the guys that have helped him through that have done a very good job, and I think for Trevor, he's probably going to sleep well tonight. It's always nice for those guys to get on the scoreboard, which it was. You could see how excited he was and our team was for him.
Here in game 13 for the Greensboro Gargoyles. Wallace shot, rebounds in, and off the skates of Sloan Stanek. Sloan Stanek with some speed, a shot that gets through Hajayev again, and the Night Monsters are up 3.
Sloan Stanek scoring his ECHL leading 10th and 11th goals of the season, helping the Night Monsters close out their 11-game road trip with a 5-1 win over the Greensboro Gargoyles. Now, despite dropping the series 2-1, Tahoe sit atop the Western Conference, 4th across the league. The team in teal now head back to Tahoe for the start of a 9-game homestand. And don't forget, you can watch the Night Monsters all season long on the Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network. Your next chance will be this weekend when Tahoe hosts the Savannah Ghost Pirates. This past week, the Professional Hockey Players Association, which is the union for all players in the AHL and the ECHL, provided an update on where things stand with the new collective bargaining negotiations with the ECHL. Now, in an open letter from the players, it stated that the two sides remain far apart on several key points, which included a lack of mandatory rest periods for the players, as well as travel schedules in general. Fair wages are a topic, always seemingly, citing many in the league earn less than minimum wage, and that on average, a player makes just over half of what a referee will be paid in that same game. Now, the last topic mentioned were the auctions and auction items teams use to drive up revenue, like the biddings of jerseys off the players' backs and how players don't see a dime from those initiatives. Now, the next day, the league posted their own statement, which said, in part, both sides have tentatively agreed on a number of important terms, though several key elements are still being finalized. The statement was not specific on any of those items referenced by the players. They did add that due to a leadership change within the PHPA, that resulted in delaying last summer's standard negotiation period. We will continue to monitor the situation still ahead on Hockey in the Desert Weekly. It's time to turn our attention to the Scarlet and Gray, the Skating Rebels, putting in the work this week at City National Arena, getting set for the Chicago Classic. I sit down with Mason Kelly to talk about the importance of the upcoming tournament. Welcome back inside Hockey in the Desert Weekly. I'm Vince Sapienza. The Skating Rebels have had a bit of a downtime, and it's a welcome break in the schedule as they get set for the Chicago Classic this week. 3 games, 3 days, with each opponent ranked in the top 10 in the country. It's a tournament that gives teams a taste of what to expect at Nationals in the spring, and this week I caught up with the Skating Rebels to talk about that preparation. I'm sitting here with Skating Rebels forward Mason Kelly. Mason, before we get into the minutia of what this season has been, talk to me about what life is like as a national champion. Does food taste better? Does the air easier to breathe? What has this been like for you over the last few months?
I mean, it was really nice winning it. It was great in St. Louis, but it is a new year, so it's back to the food tasting, back to the same. But it was nice to win it. New gear though, like I said, but got to go do it again.
Yeah, so you guys have never been shy to talk about it. You want to repeat. That's the goal. But
Absolutely.
How much is that now kind of in the rear view mirror in terms of, okay, let's not talk about it. Let's go be about it. So how would you describe your early start to the season with this new group telling a new story?
I mean, like you said right there, there's a new story. So last year was an end of a story, but the end goal is still the same. We still want to win a national championship. We want to go back-to-back, but we're going to have to do it in a different way. So we're going to still have to be a gritty team to play against, and we're kind of learning what we need to do right now so that we can do it in March.
I've talked to a lot of your teammates over the last couple of weeks, and just watching from up here or however, it's clear teams are facing you different. They're playing you a little different. Describe how they're playing you, what that's like, and how big of an adjustment that is compared to years prior.
I think we definitely are getting everyone's Super Bowl game. Like, we're the reigning national champs, so we're going to have more scruffs. We're going to have more grit from other teams to come play us. I just noticed during the start of this year is there's a lot more stuff after the whistle. So, I mean, we have, as a team, we have to chill it out so that we don't get the penalties. Maybe they do, but I think we're getting everyone's A game for sure.
Do you feel like this team is built for that kind of, like, you guys can play any game you want? That was kind of the hallmark of your team a season ago. Any kind of game you got into, high scoring, low scoring, physical, you guys were able to not only play but excel.
Yeah, I definitely agree. This is something that, I mean, obviously you have a younger group, which is good and bad, but the bad part is we just have to learn and kind of be more disciplined. And that's still stuff that we're trying to figure out too, but I still think we can do it again. So
let's talk about what you have learned. Obviously, you start 6-0, you head out on the road, a little adversity, a couple speed bumps.
You know, that's all right.
A couple speed bumps on the road. What have you learned about this group, specifically on that road trip where things weren't going your way?
Oh, I think a lot of the younger guys have stepped up. I think that's something I have learned for sure. A lot of the freshmen have taken roles that they're very well in. So I think it's something that is awesome.
Now, I don't want to bring up old scars, but Minot State was one of those teams that gave you that speed bump. You're going to get another shot at them at the Chicago Showcase here later this month. The Chicago Showcase is one of those 3 games, 3 days, gets the teams prepped for what they hope will be a long run in the spring for the national tournament. It was always going to be circled on the calendar.
Absolutely.
How much more motivation, drive, oomph is there behind that?
There's a lot more. I mean, we didn't play our best game against Minot, so I think we have something to prove. And again, this is a team that we hope to play in March, so this is kind of like a get ready for nationals thing as well. And like you said, with it being a 3-game weekend, I think this is for sure something that is going to practice us to get ready for March.
Now let me ask you, how do you make sure you not overdo it in that one particular game when you got 2 others in that spin? Like, how do you balance those emotions, and how do you get that across to the underclassmen?
I mean, you got to take it one game at a time. So, I mean, we got our first game up as Purdue Northwest, then we got Minot, then Ohio. Just one game at a time, and we're going to gas them each time.
You've had a lot of success here at City National Arena over the years. That has continued this year. What makes playing at home, aside from being in your own bed, being familiar with everything, what makes this place so special to you guys?
I think it's just how rowdy it gets. Friday and Saturday nights, sometimes Wednesday and Thursdays when we have them. But I think it's just honestly the consistency of the amount of fans that we get kind of doing the rebel, all that, which, I mean, I think that helps.
Talk to me about your game specifically.
Yeah.
How different do you feel right now compared to a year ago at this time?
A year ago at this time. So, I mean, last year I had some hiccups for sure. I was out of lineup for a few different reasons. Some illnesses, some all that stuff. Yeah. So, I mean, I feel way better being able to play every game this year compared to last year. So, I'm pumped. I don't want to miss anything.
I get the sense, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's a little bit more appreciative on your end because you did miss so many games a season ago.
I'm not taking anything for granted, especially like next year's senior year. I don't want anything for granted. Like like maybe like my freshman year, I was like, it's like it's just a game, but like no, like I don't only have a little bit of competitive hockey left, and I want to make sure I get them all.
I want to ask you about this leadership group. Of the Skating Rebels, obviously a whole new batch of fresh faces.
Yep.
What do you make of the leadership group? Knowing that they're going to see this, so you got to talk well.
Yeah. I think they're doing a great job, especially following up Matthias. he's someone who's hard to follow up, and I think our leadership crew is doing a great job of teaming up and finding a way to follow it up in a good way.
All right, we talked about a little bit of downtime here in the midst before you get ready to hit the road again. What are you guys really trying to hit? What boxes are you trying to check here at practice, here at City National Arena?
I think execution. I think we get into the positions to score goals, but we just got to bear down and get them in the net. I think that's what we did a lot this week was execution.
And a final message for, there may be a lot of fans. I know this place is sold out all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But you'll never say no to a new fan of the Scarlet and
Absolutely
Gray.
not.
So for those that were always teetering, hey, do we come to a game on a Friday, Saturday? What are they missing by not being here?
I mean, just the atmosphere. It's rowdy. You're not going to get that on TV for sure. Something that you're going to see in person is just the buzz of the place.
Mason Kelly, skating Rebels forward. Mason, we really appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Best of luck the rest of the way. We'll chat soon.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And for our continuing quest, it was in Sunrise, where it was all smiles for Cole Schwinn, who scored his beauty. Second goal in 8 games for the Panthers, redirecting this one past former night Logan Thompson as the Panthers crushed the Caps 6-3. As we clear the ice, let's check in with our old buddy Jonathan Quick. At the end of the game between the Rangers and Red Wings, New York pulled quick, but were unable to find the equalizer. After the final horn sounded, Mason Appleton shot the puck into the open net, and let's just say that decision caused a reaction from the 3-time Stanley Cup champ. Quick, who made 40 saves, was named the second star of the game, ready to throw hands. The benches would clear. It was awesome, especially in those throwback unis. But as tough as these guys are, so sensitive with the unwritten rules in hockey, eh? It's Hockey in the Desert Weekly. We'll see you next week.